Hey folks, this is my tutorial on how to make an easy bake oven cake. So, Snoopy and I are doing a spice cake because I love spice, and if you're doing an easy bake oven cake, that's when these cake mixes come in kind of handy because, well, you know, you just use a little bit and it's perfect for the format. Back in the day, easy bake ovens used to use these kind of cake mixes, but I don't think you want to buy one that's 35 or 40 years old. So anyway, we put a little bit into the bowl. You don't want to overdo it because we're just making a double layer cake, and you don't want too much batter or else it'll fall out of the tin and you won't be able to get your little cake out of the oven. So put that back neatly and put that away, and then just kind of break up the flour cake mixture. So now what we want is a little bit of egg white. So I'll plop out a little bit of egg white. We've got that. Now you can save the rest of the egg to use for something else, for your breakfast tomorrow if you like. And we take a little bit of mayonnaise because mayonnaise makes your cake nice and moist, and mayonnaise has oil in it. So I always use that even in my scratch cakes. So just a couple of spoonfuls. And then last but not least, a little bit of milk. I like using milk because it makes a moisture cake. So now we'll mix that around, and I usually, when I'm doing this, mix it over the sink so I don't get any spillage over my clean kitchen floor. Mixing away. You want to make sure that you get all the lumps. You can pretend you're the bionic woman and go like a crazy person, just as long as you get all the lumps. Now the reason why I'm making a spice cake is, I don't know, I've always loved spice cakes. My mom and I used to make them when I was a little kid all the time, and for me it always reminds me of the 1970s, don't ask me why. And spice cake was very popular back then. Anyway, mixing away, you want nice creamy batter, and since you're doing it by hand, you just want to make sure that you get all the lumps out. Now in a spice cake mix there are going to be some lumps because those are the spices. I mean, when I do an actual homemade version, like a large version, you have like the little tiny spice pockets. So of course, with this one, you have the same sort of thing. So there we go, nice creamy batter. It looks really good. So now, these are the little cake pans, the little easy bake cake pans. Now I've already greased them with butter and floured them, so you don't want your cake to stick. So what you do now is you spoon a little bit of batter, and now don't get carried away or else your cake will be too tall and you won't be able to get it out of the oven. So I probably could have made 3 cakes, but anyway, I'm just doing 2. So there you go, you've got your batter. The easy bake oven has been preheating. I'll move you over so you can see it better. And then what you do, you pop your little cake in onto the little track. Just be careful. There it goes. And we shall set my big oven timer for 16 minutes should do it. So timer on. 5, 10, 15, 16, start. And I'll put you guys on pause, and we have to do that twice so that both the cakes can bake, and Snoopy can have some cake. Snoopy's all interested in the cake. And once the cakes are done, then we'll come back and I will show you how to finish them, okay? Gotta see you. Alrighty, so we're gonna pause for now and we shall return. So folks, the baking part is done. Cake number 1 is in the cooling rack, and it's time to remove the other one. So I will use my little knife so I can slide it out. So here we go, we're sliding through. Cake number 1 was on the cooling rack. Look at how perfect that little beauty is. I'll pop that over here. And now, cake number 2, keep sliding it out. And since we're all done with the cooking part, we will just continually take it out. And there we go, cake number 2. So now both of them have to go side by side so that they can cool. And then after they've cooled, we shall remove them from their pans and we'll put them on a little plate and we shall get the frosting prepared. So that's all for this little segment. So I'm going to pause so I can also have my dinner, which is cooking away on the steamer in the background. And then once these are cool, after I've had my dinner and finished watching The Young and the Restless, we shall make the frosting and put the cakes together, okay? We'll talk to you soon. So folks, now it's time to finish our little cake. I've already popped the one out onto its little platter. And in order to get them out, all you have to do is bang them around a bit to loosen them up. And then, there you go. One little cake. See how cute it is? So, my neighbor Teresa made this wonderful peach jam. And I'm going to put that in the layers. Whoops, slid down there. So a little bit of peach and smooth it around. A little dollop here and there. There you go. Oops. Forgot to put a little lid on. There we go. Pop this back in the fridge. So now, to make the frosting, and first we'll put our top on our cake. There we are. So you've got a nice little double layer cake. Now to make the frosting, a big spoonful of butter. Pop that in your bowl and cream it, which just means stir vigorously. Once again, pretend you're the bionic woman making her meal. And I've got some icing sugar, about, not quite a cup. So add a little icing sugar. Mix it around into the butter. What I like to do is I like to add a little bit of milk to this. So I'm going to add a little tiny bit of milk. Set that over there. So it makes it a little bit easier to blend together, like such. Whoops. A little bit of frosting or sugar escaped. So add a little bit more icing sugar because we need more for our little cake. Believe it or not, that little cake takes quite a bit of frosting. So we're mixing around, mixing around. We might have to use a little bit more milk. Just a tiny bit. And now we're getting a nice consistency. Like so. And add the last of it. Yeah, about a cup of icing sugar. Actually, the icing sugar and the amount of mix are probably, you know, the amount of mix that we start off for the cake are probably about the same. Now this is buttercream frosting, of course. You can add some vanilla to it if you like, but you know what? It's creamy enough the way it is, so we don't really need any vanilla. Mix it up really well. And there you go. Nice creamy frosting. Now I've gotten a little bit of sugar splattered around. Pop my icing sugar away. So, it's frosting time for the cake. And I've got my handy spoon. It's like, oh my God, I'm headless here. I should have been doing it further back. So, a plop of frosting. And then just spread it around. Easy bake oven cakes are so great when it's just you. Howard's working late, so it's just me and Miss Pris and Snoopy. So, and I've got frosting on me. Yum. So, work our way around. Now it doesn't have to be perfect because it's just a little cake for me. But I like it to look good. And this I will have with my tea a little later on. Oh, yum. Sorry, I'm eating some frosting. So here we go. All the way around. I've still got a little bit of frosting here. Oh my goodness. Maybe I made too much. Well, it's coming. Just have to even it out. Sorry, I'm not used to making a video while I do this, but I thought it would be kind of cute for a change. And a little bit more. I had like a little bare spot. And there you go. One easy bake oven cake a la Snoopy and Sandy. There you are. This is for our tea later on. Hope you guys enjoy, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.